Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Paul Andrews, and it will be my privilege and pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for the 2016 Wayne State University Athletic Hall of Fame ceremony. I welcome each of you to the 41st Annual Athletic Hall of Fame celebration. Today's event is a wonderful opportunity to showcase the very best of Wayne State athletics, and it gives us great pleasure to have all of you here in this delightful occasion with us. You should know that the Department of Athletics is moving toward the 100th anniversary. The information at your seat will direct you to the department website, where you can review significant moments in Wayne State athletic history and share your own memories. We encourage you to engage in the process as we move toward celebrating our centennial.
Well, thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. It's always great to be here. Now, unfortunately, Jacqueline and I will have to leave early. We've got a flight to Los Angeles in a couple of hours. So there's something called the Capital Campaign you might have heard about that we're in the middle of. So got to go out and raise some money. But it's really great to be here for a little while, and we'll probably be able to stay through lunch. So, and then Gary Pollard should be here, and we'll be, he's the chair of the board, so he'll take over my duties. We're here to celebrate our newest inductees to the Athletics Hall of Fame, and just want to let you know you make us all very, very proud. Through your many athletic accomplishments and your academic excellence, you embody the university's official motto, aim higher. Where there were expectations, you exceeded them. Where there were records, you broke them. You showed the people around you and us here today that anything is possible if you apply yourself wholly and passionately. The lessons you learned in the classrooms undoubtedly helped your career, but the lessons from competition, how to strive for excellence and support your teammates, how to win magnanimously and lose graciously, how to give everything you've got when everything is on the line. Those lessons will serve you a lifetime. All of these 6 inductees are in their first year of eligibility for the Hall of Fame since they completed their college career in the spring of 2010. You could say that we've just been waiting for them for this moment. In the 2016 Hall of Fame class, we have professional players. We have a professional coach. Some of you are currently pursuing advanced degrees or have already obtained one. In short, we have nothing but the best, and I am so impressed by all of you. You are in good company in Wayne State's Athletic Hall of Fame. Today, you are joining a very distinguished and growing class of Wayne State players and coaches whose accomplishments are so exceptional, we want them to be remembered for many years to come. The Hall of Fame, Class of 2016 inductees, will bring the membership total to more than 230. Members include Olympians, conference, regional, and national champions, former professional athletes, coaches, administrators, and individuals who have demonstrated a major personal interest in Wayne State's athletic programs. Each of you excelled, not only on the field, but in the classroom, in the community as well. You led by example, and our current student athletes are working hard to follow in your footsteps. In the fall semester, they averaged a cumulative GPA of 3.15. That includes 21 student athletes with a perfect 4.0 term GPA. I tell my cabinet all the time that we should recruit all student athletes for the student body at Wayne State with those kind of statistics. And they set a school record last year with more than 10,000 community service hours. To the new inductees, you've been out of school for at least a few years, and you've had a chance to test the value of your Wayne degree. Now, judging from the feedback we get from employers, They tell us that Wayne State graduates are better prepared for the world than many of their peers from other unnamed schools. But I would say this is doubly true of our student athletes, because the same discipline and commitment you applied in your athletic endeavors will put you on a path to success in all walks of life. We hope that you'll share your Wayne State stories with your friends, families, and colleagues. You are the university's best ambassadors. When others look at your success, they see very plainly the value of a Wayne State experience. So thank you all for giving Wayne State your very, very best efforts. You are truly an inspiration. Thank you very, very much.
Hello, my name is Gary Pollard, and I understand President Wilson was here with us earlier, so I missed him. I understand he's taking a flight out to California to raise some money. As chair of the board, I will say amen. I want you to know, since the president is here and I can't embarrass him, I feel that education and athletics go hand in hand like hand in glove. So we're here today to celebrate our athletic program and certain athletes. But I want you to know, from an old track guy and football guy, I never made it this far. And the athletes didn't make it themselves. They're here today because they had support from family, faculty, staff, and community folks, parents and grandparents. So I want to let you know that it is my honor today to come before you and speak for a minute. I understand we have 6 former student athletes and their families who are with us. And I say thank you and congratulations to all of you who support them. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. To all of you, thank you for choosing Wayne State for your educational and athletic endeavors. While the origins of your recognition today are based upon the success on the field, in the pool, on the court, your academic pursuits are also applauded and laudable.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate you coming in here. And certainly, Governor Pollard's a big supporter of the athletic department. Many times he'll just show up in the athletic department on a weekend. You'll be in there and you'll knock on the door, and he'll have a friend or somebody that he wants to show around, and certainly appreciate his support. I know his wife, Pearl Ann, is usually around at all the games, and she'll come up to me, and this was back when they were doing the search for the president, and she said, "Rob, we found the perfect guy for you." I wanted to remind her that I was already married, but I said, "Oh, the perfect guy." She goes, "This president is great." She says, he was a student athlete, and certainly the president's support and what Governor Pollard has done has certainly elevated the athletic department. I see all the bright lights, and I just wonder where all the people are going sometimes. I mean, literally hundreds and hundreds of cars with people, all seemingly going in some direction for some purpose, always going to some other different place. You know, at Wayne State, we're kind of at the crossroads of all these freeways, and literally thousands and thousands of people pass by our campus every day. But some stop by. And those that stop by, their life is changed forever. You can look at just the class of 2016, but also the people that are assembled in this group. Their life has been changed by Wayne State. You know, when I was looking at the class of 2016, there were some unique traits about it that stuck out. First of all, the geography of them. 3 of them come from different continents. There's 5 different countries represented. They've all literally traveled thousands and thousands of miles to be here. None of them are from the city, but all of them are part of Detroit. There's some other characteristics beyond the nuance of geography, and they relate around the number 5. 2 of them wore the number 5. One won 5 individual national titles. 2 of them won 5 conference titles their senior year. And one is only one of 5 student athletes in the long history of fencing to be a multiple national champion in an individual weapon. You know, the other interesting thing is this is the only class in the 41 that we've ever inducted that all played in the same period of time. And you can see the impact on the athletic department by the fact that of the 5 best seasons ever in the history of that NACDA Cup that Paul just talked about, 4 of them came in the years that they played. Do you know there's people that study numbers? I'm not talking about CFOs and accountants. There's actually people that study numbers and tell you characteristics of them. And the number 5 is kind of significant. It stands for dynamic action. It stands for movement. It's an equal blend of female and male characteristics. The number 4, by contrast, is static and inflexible. I've met some 4s. I like the 5s better. I'm going to illustrate to you today how this group of 6 represented that number 5, how they added a dynamic appeal to the department. It not only changed athletics, but it changed their life too. In a few years, the university is going to celebrate 150 years, and the athletic department is going to turn 100. In that period of time, there has been a number of student athletes who have found Wayne State as a destination point and a starting point. And along that way, they have been impacted by their experiences here, not just academically, but what they've learned athletically. You know, the road for this Hall of Fame class has been somewhat torturous, but they found home here at Wayne State. Back in 1804, Judge Woodward laid out the city of Detroit, how the streets would work. He modeled his idea after Washington, a hub or a center with the streets like spokes coming out from it. In fact, if you go down to Campus Marshes today, to the Woodward Fountain, you'll see a little description embedded in the rock marking that spot. And you'll never guess how many roads he designed leading out of the city. 5. Gratiot, Jefferson, Grand River, Michigan, and Woodward. 5. 5 leading out, which took great ideas and accomplishments and things that Detroit brought to the world, but also coming back that brought those same opportunities for people that were looking for them. You know, the Hall of Fame class has a lot of highway still in front of them, but they're going to benefit by the fact that they got their start at Wayne State. And also, now they're always welcome back because, well, this too is home. The only difference is this home is a little bit more enlarged today. Today it includes them in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. The Swimming and Diving Championship is a grueling affair. It goes on for 4 days. In the morning, there's preliminary rounds. In the evening, the championship rounds. It's a test not so much of physical toughness as it is mental toughness by the end. In 2009, the swimming championship was taking place in that school on the other side of the state. The last relay of the evening on Saturday night is the 400 freestyle. It's 4 swimmers, each going 4 laps of the pool, all within 3 minutes time. Sean Peters wanted to win that race, but he looked up and down his lineup and he thought, maybe I should tinker with this thing a little bit. Maybe I should even insert a different swimmer in there. He was thinking about changing the order. Elaina Hogle was going to run the anchor leg, but Sean thought, maybe not. If you're a member of Elaina's family, you'll know that this played out just the way it did. She said, Sean, don't worry. I got this. Well, not to be outcoached by a junior, Sean thought about it like, maybe I need to change this a little bit. She grabbed him by the arm. Sean, don't worry. I got this. And just like she had so many other times, she did. She climbed out of the pool. She was a conference champion. Elaina Hogle had an amazing career. In the NCAA, in swimming, if you were an All-American every single year and could receive that award for the maximum number of events, the most you could be is a 28-time All-American. Elaina Hogle was a 28-time All-American. 7 times as a freshman, 7 times as a sophomore, 7 times as a junior, and 7 times as a senior. I've seen some coaches vote for different awards, and it sometimes gets a little exaggerated, but Elaina Hogle was voted the swimmer of the year in the conference as a sophomore, junior, and senior. 16 times she held conference titles. And here's some other numbers: 10, 6, 2, and 2. When she swam, we were 10th in the country, then moved up to 6th, and the last 2 years, we were national runners-up. And conference titles, first, and first. Just before Elaina committed to Wayne State, she got a call from the swimming and diving coach at Eastern Michigan. He wanted to convince her to go there to go to school. She told him, I'm going to Wayne State. He was aghast. How could you go to Wayne State? Of all places, that school? She was not convinced by his argument and proceeded to tell him that's where she was going. He said, well, you'll never make it to your full potential. Well, I'll let Elaina answer the question if she made it to her full potential. But 28 times All-American and now the Hall of Fame, she's got a pretty good foundation. Elaina, parents, stand up.
It's a great pleasure to present Miss Elaina Hogle for induction into the Wayne State University Athletic Hall of Fame.
I'd like to start by saying I've honestly never had a terrible phone conversation with Rob Fournier. He always seems to have really good news for me. So whenever you're ready to call me and tell me that I've won the lottery, you know my number. I also want to give a little disclaimer. I have a tendency to flush like a tomato, and there's also the possibility that I could spontaneously burst into tears. It's mostly because I'm terrified that the speech is going so poorly. So just bear with me, and we'll get through it as quickly as possible. Today is a really exciting day for all of us because all of our hard work, dedication, blood, sweat, and tears is being recognized on a level that we never could have imagined. Or at least for myself, I never could have imagined this. I'm always someone who has struggled with self-doubt, and through that, Wayne State continues to show me my worth. I'm the kind of person that would say I'm not the best at anything, but I'm pretty good at a lot of things. And I have to ask myself, if I wasn't great at something, then how would I ever be here? I can remember, well, Sorry, since none of you know me, I'm going to tell you anyways. I can remember back to when I was 17 and recruiting myself to different universities. I found Wayne State and I fell in love before I even thought of contacting anyone. And I ran out onto the deck where my dad was sitting and I said, I did it. I found it. I know exactly where I want to go. And then he said something to the effect of, I hope you know how you're going to pay for it. And then I met Sean, and he made all those dreams come true. I can honestly say that I don't know anything that we talked about or anything that he said, but he made me feel really comfortable, and he made me feel like I was wanted. So when I came down and I met the team, and I met Bryce and Kelly, I knew that that was going to be my home away from home. Now let me tell you that those first few years before we were actually really good, it was a lot of fun. Just destroying the hopes and dreams of other teams that thought that they were better than us. I think that there was a part of me that couldn't believe that we were doing as well as we were. So I want to give you guys a little bit of history about Wayne State. The year that we were being recruited, it was the first year that they had won their GLIAC conference, which was a complete shock because I think they were supposed to be third that year. Sorry, Sean. And they were 27th in the nation that year at nationals with only one participant, and that was a diver. The year that Ashley and I joined the team, it was our second consecutive GLIAC championship, and we moved 17 places to be 10th in the nation. I'm sorry, I know you already went over this, but I'm going to do it again. In 2008, we moved 4 more places at nationals up to 6th, and at GLIACs, we claimed our 3rd consecutive title. In 2009, although we didn't win the GLIAC championship, we knew that we had a winning team, and we moved 4 more places, earning 2nd at the nationals. Now, something else really important happened that year, and it was the National Festival, and Sean pulled Ashley and I out to do not a speech, but an interview with, I think it was NBC or ABC, called My Dream Speech, and it was something in collaboration for the I Chose Division II. And I couldn't remember exactly what I said, so I asked my dad to look it up because he recorded that. And my dream that year was to build the most successful program that Wayne State had ever seen. And in 2010, we again captured the GLIAC title, and for a little bit at nationals, we were in first place, but we did end up 2nd. But then when I was looking at my news feed this past week and the women captured their GLIAC title, I saw that they had won 7 consecutive GLIAC championships since that 2009. And in the last 11 years, they have won 10 GLIAC championships. So I have to say that Sean, Kelly, and Bryce, you have done an excellent job in making my dream come true. So thank you. Now, in all of this, I know that I've left someone out. And there's a separate story, and that's the one for my parents. Now, when we first came to the university, there was hardly any families, and there were maybe 10 people in attendance for the alumni meet. And if you looked at what my parents and the St. Andrews and the Likes family built for our fans in those years, it is almost more incredible than what Ashley and I built and Kelly built for the men's team. But what's not fair is that I think that they had more fun than we did. So I'm glad that you guys had that experience and that you shared that with us. Also today, my entire family is here supporting me. I think they may have just found out that I was a swimmer and that I earned 2 degrees, but in all honesty, I am glad that they weren't as involved in that part of my life, because I think as athletes we can all understand and appreciate those people that don't really know as much about your sport, because it gives you that opportunity to pull away from the redundancy of your everyday life and just be the person that you actually are. And so Rosie, Libby, Richie, Justin, my Aunt Terry and Uncle Gene who are here, thank you for all the laughter and everything that we shared. I'm going to try and contain myself. I also have a swimmer in the crowd for me today, and I just want to say to her and her sister that all of this is possible for you guys too. You just have to remind yourself that it's always about having fun and pushing yourself to the absolute limit, and that means to the point of involuntary reflux and unexplainable tears of joy. And when you're not there, you need to step back and reassess your goals. Never take things too seriously, because there's always going to be another race. Always ask yourself what you can learn and how you can move forward, but never dwell on the disappointments, because they will beat you in the end. To the athletic department, I want to thank you for the PT staff, the trainers, the student advisors, the coaching staff, who all played an integral role in my success as a student athlete and as the person that I am right now. I also want to thank you so much for allowing me to represent the university as I have. I also want to say that I wear my W with pride every day, and that I am so proud to say that I'm a Wayne State Warrior.